Dishonored has been out for almost 12 years, and after some recent viral videos on another assassin game, I wanted to see just how hard it would be to beat my favourite assassin game without being seen at all. And not only that, but I'm also doing this on the hardest difficulty in the game and without killing anyone. So, enemies have 3 levels of detection. And even if they only get to level 1, that still means they saw me and I need to reset. With that in mind, let me show you exactly how I did this. After a short intro where the mother of this child is we're blamed for the murder and put into jail, and this is where our run begins. The first few enemies of the game just require a little bit of patience. These two did cause a little bit of trouble for me, but I was able to slip by without them seeing me. We blow up this door, almost blow up myself in the process, and realised that I needed to jump off this ledge in order to quickly avoid these soldiers behind me. Normally you're supposed to jump off from here, however if I did that then I would have been in the line of sight of those across the river. So what I had to do was jump down this little side area which allowed me to jump into the water without being seen, allowing us to continue on into the sewers undetected. Getting through the sewers causes no issue, and when we come out on the other side we find our boat guy.
I'm a friend.
Samuel takes us to our hub area where we're not going to spend too much time, but is where we receive the most important thing for this run to be possible, and is this mark on our hand, which is a lot cooler than it looks and basically allows us to instant transmission wherever we're looking. And just before setting off, I collected a couple runes which allows us to be able to go further with our blink ability. And so I'll go to Samuel and we set off for our first mission,
Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy.
which is to kill the High Overseer. I make my way around the army by staying on the rooftops and find someone else that might be able to help us. I guess he's allowed to see us. After infiltrating the palace, because we're unable to kill him, we'll have to obtain the branding manual first and the branding stick. So, we watch some gentlemen have a drink. We send the High Overseer to sleep using sleep darts, only to wake him up with a big stick in his face. But after that, and quickly stealing his most prized possession, we make our way to Samuel and depart after our first successful mission.
It's Samuel. I'm here.
Are you serious right now, bruh?
Once we get back, we're requested the dispatch of some things in the sewer, which is where I found myself with a little bit of a problem. These two. Now, despite them not being able to actually see, they were more aware than your normal enemy. So even if I killed the one in the front first, the one behind it would see. If I killed the one behind, then the front would be aware of it and run back, and then, as soon as I come across his vision, then sees me. This created a little bit of difficulty, so I got to thinking. I tried using rats, but they apparently weren't hungry. So subsequently, I tried using stop time, which, whilst looking as if he had seen me, we were technically in between the fabric of time and space. So he wasn't alerted by our presence, and he didn't show awareness signs, so I'm counting it.
Corvo, a moment if I may.
Our second mission requires us to go to the Golden Cat and eliminate the brothers of the man I rejected earlier. On my way there, I ran into an issue. Whenever you cross this area, there's a scripted ambush waiting for you to enter into it, and there is no way out of it without being seen. So, I did what any master assassin would, and ambush the ambushers. I waited on a rooftop just outside their vision, waited for them to become vulnerable, and took my chance. After dealing with the assassins, and Granny, we arrive at the Golden Cat, where I realise that even despite being an assassin, I still have Elriz. I quickly snatch a key and save Emily,
Who are you?
then attempt to eliminate one of the brothers. However, it didn't complete the objective. This led me to believe that the game actually wanted me to kill him, so I decided to seek guidance from an individual by the name of Slackjaw, who actually said he could help me.
But you gotta do something for me in return.
What do you mean by that?
What he actually wanted was the contents of a safe owned by the brothers, which I was more than happy to oblige with. And so, after giving him what he'd wanted, he dealt with the brothers, and we can continue on to our next assignment, which is to kidnap someone. With that being said, this mission's actually fairly short and pretty easy. Other than the little confusion because I thought someone saw me, we sneak around all the defences, take a quick swim, and save a hostage. After taking our own, of course. But we drop him off at the boat and return to base.
Please help me.
I get a bottle of whiskey for the man I kidnapped in order to make him speak, and was made aware that our next mission takes place at the Boyles estate.
I hear you're off to the Boyles' little bash tonight.
This next mission was the one I was most worried about for a couple of reasons. This mission takes place at a party, and whilst we're technically in disguise and can't alert anyone, there is a large amount of difficulty in being able to complete this mission without killing anyone. There's 3 individuals dressed the same but in different colours. The aim of the mission is to distinguish between them, identify which is our target, and deal with them accordingly. Normally it'd be pretty easy to figure out which is our target, wait until they've been seen, and dispatch with them. However, because we can't kill anyone, we need help from a certain someone.
I know your mission tonight. We must speak. Privately. Your target is the woman I love. I won't harm her, I swear.
Since we now know how to eliminate a target without killing her, it now boils down to finding out which colour they're in and getting them to the basement.
Naturally, they were sexual rights.
We found a note on one of the dressing tables that tells us we're after the woman in the black dress, and after turning off the security protocols, we get down to the basement, realise I may have made a mistake, and make our way back to Sammy.
I hope you enjoyed your evening, sir.
With that previous mission out of the way, I felt a lot more confident about the completion of this challenge, and so, next, we're off to
Face the Lord Regent. About time we took care of him, I say. Long past time.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal.
We're returning to where the intro had taken place in order to finish off the Lord Regent. Slipping by the guards, we enter his palace and climb up the stairs, where I quickly get an idea as to what we can do in order to dispatch of him without killing him.
Conversing, guardsman.
Oh, no, you won't. Because I helped with the new alarms the Lord Regent asked for. And he says to me, good work. That's right, me. For a second, I thought...
Atop the stairs is a propaganda officer. He states he can help us if we invade the Lord Regent's room and take the contents of his safe back to him. So, we do, without much trouble at all. And with that, the Lord Regent is gone, with almost no difficulty whatsoever. We... our way back to Samuel, and return to what should be a happily ever after.
To Corvo, the man who served to change the course of history.
To Emily Cole, and the new dawn rising for Dunwall and the Empire.
Did the poison work its magic? Is he dead?
Yes, sir. I believe Corvo has breathed his last. I'm sorry something terrible, Corvo. But I only gave you half the poison.
Well, we saw that coming. Nevertheless, Samuel does save us, allowing us to enact revenge upon everyone, but still, without killing anyone. We drift downstream, get captured, and get all our gear thrown out. After waking up in our cell, Corvo gets ready. After running into some issues with this guy, who did not like moving, I eventually got around him, only to be spotted by a dog. On my next attempt, however, I got around them both. Eventually, I found my way to the man who locked me up, but out of the kindness of my heart and the restrictions of this challenge, I spared him. I took the key and left. We made our way to the sewers in order to return back to base. However, this time, it was sprawling with people who were not allowed to see me. This level did initially pose quite a challenge. Whilst I was spending attempts trying to get to Emily's letter, there were 2 soldiers just glued to each other. However, I realised that I didn't actually need to pick it up, and therefore with some clever movement and good timing, we were able to get around all the guards, collect this blueprint for later, and then make our way to Pierre for him to be able to build his machine.
Astonishing.
After talking to Callista, she lets us know that both Emily and Samuel are safe, and when we shoot this, Samuel comes to our aid. This leads us on to our last mission, a search and rescue. Get the package and return without being seen. This level poses 2 entrances that you can take, the harbour side and the beach side. Both have their challenges. After quickly entering into a sewer pipe, we're able to deactivate the security protocols so people aren't alerted when we enter through the gates. However, as through actually getting past the gates, they posed quite a challenge. There was always someone who spotted me, even when trying to teleport past them. Therefore, I did some searching, and I found a pipe beyond the beachside entrance and entered it. Thankfully, it led me to where I needed to go. But where I needed to go simply involved a lot more people. I get past this guy, take a path underneath the big killing machine, steal the key off this guy, and go up to the final destination. This very final point poses a little challenge. We were able to put everyone to sleep without being seen, except for this guy. He was providing me both the last and the biggest challenge in my run so far. No matter what I did, he didn't move. Couldn't get in range well enough to shoot him with the sleep dart without him seeing me. So, I knew the general direction we had to go was up, so I did just that. I found the easiest point to begin climbing, and just kept going up. my immense surprise, this actually worked. We arrived at what I could only assume was the lighthouse, found a door, and found my final target. With swift tactics, we put the man to sleep, and actually finished the challenge, being Dishonored without being seen on the hardest difficulty, and without killing anyone. So, for those curious, there is an achievement that confirms whether you were able to complete this challenge, and for reference, here is the achievement, in addition to every single end of mission screen. Confirming that I was not seen at all.